Hi everybody, welcome to another video. We are starting off at a very different location this time, in the car in a parking lot, because I am on my way to the East Neuk Knits Yarn Festival. A very different one this time. I think it's the first time that this yarn festival is happening, and I specifically didn't go to the Glasgow School of Yarn this year because I wanted to hold out for this festival. It sounds really interesting. I love the East Neuk 5. We go here for our summer holiday every year, so I decided to try my very best to come here this year. So yeah, we're just en route now and I'm really excited to see everything. I'm also going to meet a couple of friends, which is really nice. So I hope it's going to be a lovely day and I'll take you along for the ride. So get yourself comfy, grab your tea, maybe some biscuits this time and your whip, and then let's see what a new knitting festival in Scotland looks like. I hope you enjoyed these little clips from the Yarn Festival. I've had so much fun there. It was a very unique and special festival, I thought. The Bowhouse hall is really big and they've had animals there, which I thought was so cool to get to know some alpacas, and they've had goats there, I think. They've had sheep there, and it was a really big and interesting variety of different vendors. Not all of them sold yarn. One of my favorites was the lady who sold the needle felt little animals and portraits and pictures that really kind of stole my heart. And I also love to see lots of vendors that I haven't seen anywhere before. There were lots of project bag makers, some embroidery makers. Tillyflop was there, who make stationery themed around knitting and crochet. So there was a huge interesting mix of things that I haven't necessarily seen before. Lots of new vendors that I met, and yeah, it was really good fun. I also like the fact that in Bowhouse you have a little courtyard where you've got other shops. We've got a cafe, or two cafes actually, I think. So you can grab a bite, you can sit down, chat to people. Yeah, it was a great location, great location. A bit tricky to get to, but well worth a visit if it happens again next year. So I just wanted to sit down and show you guys what I got, and then also talk about a giveaway, which I wanted to do because I've recently reached 5,000 subscribers here, and I just wanted to say thank you for joining me here. So I got a few little bits from the festival, but then also from one of my favorite shops here in Glasgow that has some yarns and knitting supplies. And so yeah, I created a little bundle that you hopefully will enjoy. Okay, let's maybe start with a little haul from what I've got. And the first thing that I got, I told you I'm so in love with these designs. It's Jill Robinson's, and it's the beautiful sort of felt images that she's making, but she's also made little figures like birds or sheep, and I find them so charming. This is a little puffin. You can see the Isle of Mull from that area around the coast, so from around Anstruther and Crail, and whenever we go we always say that that's Puffin Rock, because there's a Netflix show called Puffin Rock where pufflings live, and there's stories about them all, and our kid really loves it. And so I really wanted to pick up this print, which is obviously a puffin, and I thought it would hang really nicely in a new home. And I love that it's by a Scottish maker and it has a story to tell. It's from the area that we love to do our summer holidays in. So yeah, I really love that. And I love the colors that she's used. And I think it'll hang proudly in our home once it's finished renovating. So that was by Jill Robinson. This I was going to say print, but this picture was £35, which I think was very reasonable. And then maybe let's stick with non-yarn things. I got the 3-pack of the cards from the official artwork that was released with the East Neuk Knitting Festival. This is by far my absolute favorite one of them. So these were made by Maddie Tate from Natty Mate Designs, and it's called Knitting Companionship, and I think they are such beautiful illustrations. I was really hoping they would have this one maybe as a sort of A4 poster. Unfortunately they didn't though, but this is one of my absolute favorites. I love this whole design. It looks like a lino print. I just love the colors, everything about it. And so it came with envelopes, because they're obviously cards, but I think I'm going to frame them, put them in my office. That's the next design. This one's called A Knitter's View over Anstruther Harbour to Berwick Law. And the last one is this one, which is beautiful as well. And it's called The Knitter Lass. I just love these so much and I cannot wait to frame them. They go really well together, obviously. But I definitely think that this is my favorite. So yeah, I was kind of hoping they would have them as bigger prints, but maybe next year. Really love that. So I got all 3 of these. Lots of artwork and decorations. I'm just envisioning the finished house where we can live in there to try and keep me motivated. Something else that's not yarn related is this book here, or this magazine actually. It's the Journal of Scottish Yarn, and this is the issue 4, so it's from autumn winter of 2023, but they've had all the different issues there, and I just had a look through the pages of content and just kind of saw which one interested me the most. I wanted to buy it for the longest time and I don't know why I haven't. I picked this one up because it has an article in it about one of my favorite yarn vendors, which is Lama Muir. I don't know why, whenever I'm at a yarn show, this stand just really draws me in and I go back and back and back. And I try to convince myself that I need to buy loads of yarn there for some project that I haven't even thought of. But I'm one of these people, I don't like to just go and buy yarn without having an idea for what I could do with it, because I'm a bit particular about wanting to match dye lots and stuff like that. So I'm really like restraining myself with just going and buying without having a project in mind. But yeah, I really like the Lama Muir wool. And this year I picked up this one, which I don't know if I've seen this before. Maybe it just never caught my eye. It is the Lama Muir wool in Ignis, which is a soft, they call it their softest blend of DK yarn. And it does feel really nice and soft. This is undyed yarn's worsted weight, and it says it's spun from grey Shetland fleece blended with alpaca to create a soft drapey yarn with great stitch definition. Made in small batches with love. I just think that's so nice. You get 100 grams in the skein, and that's about 230 meters. Yeah, so it feels really nice, and I wanted to make myself some new mittens or just fingerless gloves with this. Feels really nice, and I like the color. I don't know how much it kind of translates really well on camera actually. It's a grey beigey with brown in it. Really like this. So that's my Llama Mural of this year. And then I bought something that really isn't knitting related. And I've seen this stand before at the Woolly Good Gathering at the start of the year. And it's by Love, Live, Give Art. They do embroidery kits for knits and for project bags. And now I've also seen this. I don't know if they've had it the last time or if this is something new, but it's coloring in postcards. At first I thought, oh, it's just beautiful postcard illustrations, but you actually get a little set of watercolors, and then you basically can just color these beautiful postcards in that you get in the set, which I just thought was such a lovely idea. And it's a very calming, cute little craft, and you can either send these at the end or you can frame them. This one is the woodlands, no, it's called the nature cards. So it's kind of woodland themes. On the front here you can see it's got little mushrooms, there's a bee, and then on the back you can see that there's also little birdies. So it looks like really good fun, and I thought this would make a really nice gift for one of my friends. So I picked that up as a Christmas gift, which is great to get a little bit of Christmas shopping done. The other two things that I picked up were something that's a Christmas gift for somebody, but it would be really obvious for who it is, so I have to leave that one out. But I bought that in one of the shops next to the Bowhouse, in one of the courtyard shops next to it. And then the rest is for the little giveaway. Like I said, I've seen so many different stands with different project bags this year. Really interesting designs there, some really interesting little features inside the bags, closures for the bags, people using sort of end of row fabrics to be a bit more economical. So really lots of beautiful makers there. One of the stands that really caught my eye was the one from Midwinter Yarns. They've had a lot of Feral themed products there. For example, a little sort of needle or pin holder that was made from leftover Feral sweaters that they had felted. They told me some of these were just sweaters that were beyond repair, others were projects that never made it to the finish line. But I love how they thought of clever ways to recycle the fabric that they created into useful ways. So there were just little sort of books that you could open where pins can go in. They've also had lovely cross stitch there with Feral themes, which I thought was a really nice gift as well. What I really loved was the project bags that they had on show. So that's the first thing in the giveaway. It's their waxed canvas project bags. So if you know the Barber wax jackets, you kind of know what wax jackets are about. They have basically a water repellent outer coating, and then they close like a dry bag. So if you are a hiker or if you just love the outdoors, you know, a dry bag is the stuff that you put everything in that you don't want to get wet ever. And they roll like this. Let's see if I can show that. So you just fold it and then roll it together, and then you bring the ends together and they clip. There you go. And then you have your knitting in here and it's perfectly protected. They are made in Shetland, and they told me they hold to the Shetland weather. So I think that's a pretty good advertisement for how water repellent this will be. And then you can just either clip something on here to carry it or just carry it like that. I thought that was a really good and clever idea of solving the issues of carrying your bag around and then it's starting to rain here in Scotland. This has a really lovely inner lining with little pufflings. As you can see, I can't resist a good puffling, a good puffin theme. And on the inside, it has two large pockets where you can store extra things. And I think it would hold definitely a medium-sized project, or if you just wanted to close it up like that without rolling the top, you could maybe fit in a jumper. But yeah, I really thought that was a fairly unique design that I hadn't seen, certainly on that day, anywhere else. And so I decided to go for this. But another vendor who had really cool looking project bags, let me just see the name again. Soft Accents, that's what they were called. I'll hopefully find their website and leave it linked in the description. I'm so torn between these project bags and the waxed ones, but decided to go for these ones just because I love the water repellent nature of them. And the soft accent ones though had really good compartment separation inside, and they also had a little hook there for your keys. So just little bits that I really thought were well thought out, and I think they would work really well if you want to just take your knitting and maybe your key, phone and wallet to go some places. So it's kind of working as handbag / knitting bag. But yeah, I was really torn between the two, but I thought the water repellency of these ones and the puffin theme from the inside would be a really nice gift in the giveaway. So yes, this is item number 1. And then the other thing that I just had to pick up because I thought it was too cute are these, what are they called? Sock gift wrappers? Do they have an actual name? Sock bands. They call them sock bands. It's from Tillyflop. And it is to basically wrap around once you have finished a pair of socks to give away as gifts. And it says some really lovely messages, and you can tick off some care instructions here to let people know how they best take care of their newly knitted, probably fully wool socks. And I just love the sort of tongue-in-cheekness of their designs. It says, "There's no such thing as too many hand-knit socks, and I've put my heart into these for your souls." And in the front here it says, "Look, surprised, these are for you." But my absolute favorite is this one. "You are totally worth every single one of these 42,200 stitches in these socks." So I really thought they are a brilliant little thing to put around your hand knitted socks as gifts. And it tells people how they take care of them, because loads of people who get given things by us knitters don't actually know how to take care of wool. And that's why I always do a little card with every hand knitted item that I give people that is made of wool, just to tell them how they take care of it. So those are 2 things that will go into the giveaway. And then something else which I couldn't pick up at the festival, but that I really wanted to include in the giveaway, is some Seeknit needles. You know, I bang on about them all the time. I really love knitting with them, but I appreciate knitting with different types of needles is just a very personal thing. It's just really about what sort of tactile feelings you like, what sort of sounds you like. But I thought whoever wins this can just have a little try. And so I'm going to include a little selection of Seeknit needles, which one of my local shops now sells. So we have Bond Textiles here in the south side of Glasgow. So really excited to pop down there. So it's just a little giveaway to say thank you for everybody who's joined me on this channel and who is tuning in whenever I post a little video. So thank you so much for that. To enter the giveaway, you just have to comment down below, be subscribed to this channel. The giveaway will be open for 1 week until the 13th of December, when I'll pick a random winner, and I will contact you by replying to your comment. So make sure that you check the little bell icon on your YouTube regularly to see whether you have won. The giveaway is open worldwide, and it's in no way affiliated with YouTube. And none of these items have been sponsored or gifted. It is just all bought by me. So right, all the admin bits have been done and dealt with. All the details for the giveaway will be listed in the description box again, and good luck to you all. Alright, so that's my little haul from the East Neuk Knits Festival. Like I said, it was a really great festival, very unique, lots of things there that I hadn't seen before, lots of vendors that I hadn't seen before, and I really enjoyed my time there. It was a bit sad that my pals actually didn't end up making it, because there was so much space to sit and just chat, so I think it would have been really nice and social, but nonetheless a great day out. So if it happens again next year, I would definitely put it on the radar. There were also lots of talks on actually, which I didn't manage to go to. The ones I really liked were all on Sunday and we could only go on Saturday, but definitely a few really interesting topics there, which I would have loved to hear and learn a bit more about. So yeah, if it's on again next year, put it on your radar. I think it would make a great, maybe even weekend away, because that part of Scotland is just really beautiful, and making it a weekend, you would just never regret, I think. Anyways, okay, I am going to go back to my house renovation now. Thank you for spending some time with me and coming along for the first time of seeing the East Neuk Knits Festival. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you again soon in another one.